Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And what a matchup we have here. Salami versus the Muslim. And we're on the pop here, so we've got some new units, some improved units in here. And a whole load of balance in this pop. And what better way to show it off than Salami versus the Muslim. So Salami going to be spawning up in the north here, playing as the Ottomans. Going to be opening up with a military school, it seems. On the other side of the map, in the color orange. This isn't orange, this is yellow. My bad. It seems like I'm going colorblind. We've got the Muslim here, and he's going to be playing as the Abbasid dynasty. Now, we have seen the Abbasid in, it might have been the last casted game. But basically, we've seen a fast castle out of the House of Wisdom. Or out of the Abbasid into Golems. And it works pretty well, and we're going to have to see if that's what the Muslim looks for today. Might be looking to try out something new. But Golems do certainly seem to be quite a good unit. Salami on the other side are going to be opening up here with the military school. Something we do see up against the Abbasid quite a lot. We're on the map Arabia today. Been seeing a lot of Arabia recently in the casted games. I want to see some of the new maps. Maybe we'll go check them out next. Because some of the new maps look pretty cool. I think Migration is one of them. Looks kind of interesting, like two little islands. So we'll definitely have to go check those ones out. But for now, we're going to be looking at the Ottomans. Hopefully we can see the new Sipahi. Because the new Sipahi look pretty cool. They're not exactly new, but they've been reworked a little bit. So now they've got a whole load more range. Let me pull up the patch notes here. So the food cost is increased a little bit. It's increased by 10 food and 20 wood increase. But it's got a load more health, a load more damage, a less speed. But this is the big one. It's got a ton more attack range. It's been increased from 0.29 to 0.75. Now, maybe you don't exactly know what that kind of means, but we'll see later on because it's kind of crazy. They've got some crazy range now, and it basically means that if you've got a big group of Sipahi and they're all attacking, you can attack behind other Sipahis. You can have like 3 rows of Sipahi that are able to attack behind each other, which is crazy. It's kind of crazy. I think it'll probably be nerfed before the next patch. Well, before the patch goes live, as this is the pop. But we'll have to see. But for the time being, we got the Muslim going up with a military wing. Okay, so I like this decision up against the Ottomans. You know, you can shut down these spearmen pretty quickly. Now, we do actually have the twin minaret madrasa coming down from Salami here. 5 villagers on that landmark. Now, it has actually been nerfed slightly. Well, it actually hasn't been nerfed, but basically it takes a little bit longer for the berries to spawn at the beginning. Apparently players were gathering up with more villagers than was intended, and apparently that was broken or something. So they've changed that, and Salami over here doing some long distance stone mining. Ouch, that one feels bad. But overall, not that many changes to the twin minaret madrasas. It's not game changing to the point where we're going to be starting to see the Sultani trade network. But though, to be fair, Sultani trade network might come back into fashion with the trade rework. You never know, you never know. But military wing is about to come through for the Muslim. We're going to have to see what his plan is here. As he is on stone. Both players here looking to do some long distance stone mining. Salami finally does fix that one up. The Muslim, though, I think he just commits to it. I mean, it's one tile, right? I don't know if it's worth actually building a lumber camp or a mining camp for that. Probably worth just long distance, to be honest. I think he's got wheelbarrow. It doesn't have wheelbarrow, actually. So didn't grab that in transition. Kind of interesting right there. But, yeah, not a big deal. Not a big deal. But we see the Muslim has his 2 spears. He's got his 2 archers. Now he's going to be heading towards the base of Salami. Looking to put a little bit of pressure on. Salami's up to the next stage as well. No production building dropped down for him yet, though. Doesn't have enough wood to do so. Now does. Only 100 wood needed for production buildings for the Ottomans. Archery range is going to get dropped down. Looking to go into archers to deal with this. Military school has been switched over to Sipahi. Take a look at Salami's perspective right now. Knows about the army. We're going to be heading around to the back of the base here. Salami going to get pushed off of that stone. Does have enough for another military school, though. Blacksmith dropped down with that. Looks like the Muslims looking to just try and deny Salami off of the gold and the stone for the time being. Using the spearmen to siege down this house. I mean, bit of an exposed house. I don't think the Muslim will be able to burn that. Well, actually, he might. It's going to say, you know, the Muslim... I mean, Salami's going to have at least 2 archers here. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's 50 wood. But anyway. Salami's here with the archers. We see here Salami not going to be able to take this fight. Salami. He's got some spears here as well. First Sipahi, as soon as that first Sipahi comes out, he should be able to take this out. So what is the Muslims' plan behind this? We see he's dropping down a second town center here on the stone and the gold. Archers getting focused down by Salami. Spearmen do in fact manage to take it out. And now we got the Sipahi coming in, as well as another archer. Vizier comes in as well. It's going to be the meta. Salami looking in a decent position right now. The Muslim is on that second TC though, but you got to remember he went up with military wing, so doesn't get the discounted TCs. So it kind of indicates to me the Muslim wants to stick it out here in H2. Like, sure, you're having to pay more for your TC, but you get boot camp. I think boot camps are a really important upgrade here if you're looking to stay in H2. You need something, right? So you're on 2 TCs. You're going to be slowly creeping ahead with your villagers, and then you've also got your slightly increased health infantry. So it looks like Salami's now going to be dropping down a stable. 2 military schools up for him, both producing Sipahi. So it looks like he's going to be going quite heavy into Sipahi here. And I mean, it makes sense, right? We're used to seeing this composition of Sipahi and archers coming from the Ottomans. And it works really well up against civs that don't have knights. So we're going to have to see how this matchup actually does against a civilization like the Mongols, for example. Which have the new Keshik. Maybe the Delhi as well, which have the new... I don't quite know how to pronounce it, I'll be honest. It's like the... Guys? I don't know. I'll have to look that one up on Google Translate. But, yeah, the Delhi new Raider unit. So... It's going to be interesting to see how the Ottomans deal with that one. Whether they're going to have to look to add more spearmen into their composition like they do up against the French or the Rus, for example. Or maybe they look to just add in more Sipahi. Because a Sipahi, it's looking more and more like a knight. I mean, not really. But they have more damage now. And the damage is the big thing that you need up against knights. But numbers looking pretty decent here for Salami. Going to be heading towards the base of the Muslim. The Muslim slowly creeping ahead with those villagers. But very confined in the base here. Still yet to grab boot camp and hasn't actually dropped down any production building yet. It looks like the Muslim is going to be going for a... I was completely wrong here about him staying in feudal age, by the way. But he's going up to castle age now. A fast castle... This is one of the weirdest build orders I've ever seen. Now going up with culture wing. Okay. I mean... yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm trying to think of, like, the reasoning behind this. Like, sure, you get the 2 spearmen and the archer. You put a little bit of harassment on your enemy. But you're paying so much more for your TC. And then you go up with culture wing. I feel like going to culture wing with... to H2 would have been the better call here. And then going preservation of knowledge. Then you would have got the discounted age up. Or maybe just go... Eco Wing and get the discounted town center and houses and stuff, but not going to be the way here. The Muslim is now going to be I mean, it still works, right? It's just a little bit later. We saw Fei-Chan do the fast castle into golems, and she got like 8 minutes 40, I think it was. So the Muslim's going to be a little bit further behind, maybe around 2 minutes further behind, but he is on 2 TCs, so not going to be bad, I guess, but we're going to have to see how it does for him. Does still have access to that boot camp, which I'm sure he'll be looking to grab, as well as the golems. We're going to have to see how they do up against the Ottomans here, because golems, it says that they're good against unarmored units. That's what these are specialize in now, unarmored units, which, I mean, men-at-arms were also good at that, but, yeah, they now have a double attack, which makes them even better up against unarmored units. So, we're going to have to see how this does up against Sipahi. What we see here, Salami is going to be walking in, as his meta set to that attack speed drums. May look to switch it over to the range defense when diving underneath the TC. We see Salami. It's going to be facing the golems. We're going to have to see what he does about that. Whether he looks to age up himself. It looks like he's just going to be staying in the feudal age here. Salami really looking to just mass up Sipahi. He's just going full on Sipahi. That's absolutely crazy. Not even looking towards any sort of more archers. Just sticking with a 5. And now is he looking to just burn this down? I mean, yeah, is Sipahi on taking... Does he have the meta set to... He's got it to attack speed drums. Interesting. We see the golems. They're here. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in on them. But... because there's a bit of a bug in the caster UI right now. But there they are. And we see they absolutely shred through archers. Let's see if we can get a double attack in. Oh, yeah. Look at it. I feel like that's heading a lot faster than what it usually does. But Sipahi going to be coming in now. Getting a nice round in. We just see the range on them looking really, really strong right there. Watch this Sipahi. He's going to be able to hit from behind. This could be terrible for the Muslim right here. Losing out so many villagers. I feel like Sipahi have just become such a good raider unit now. Increased health, increased damage. I'm sure you're paying a little bit more for them, but look at the range. They're standing all the way back here, and they're killing the villager from here. So you can imagine big clumps of Sipahi, right? When they're in a huge mass, able to just absolutely wipe out units. But the Muslim, he's in some trouble here, losing out so many villagers. Salami kind of throws away a lot of his army, though. In fact, most of it. And the TC for the Muslim doesn't even fall, so he's going to be able to recover, but that's a lot of damage being put onto him right there. And Salami, he's still an age behind, so is he going to be able to deal well with the golems? I mean, it looks like Salami is didn't manage to kill many of them. There's 5 more here. We've got some upgrades coming in for the Muslim as well. Iron Under Mesh being the most important one there. So something else to note about the golems is that they actually have an increased movement speed compared to men-at-arms. So that means running towards the base here is going to take a lot less time, which is really, really good for these fast castle builds. That's why the marching drills are so important for the Holy Roman Empire when they go Burgrave. But we see here, Salami got a decent mass of Sipahi. He's grabbed his +1 attack, so let's see how he does up against the golems here. That's pretty good damage, I'll be honest. He's got the meta out as well, giving the attack speed. He might want to just switch it over to melee defense drums. But honestly, I think the attack speed's fine here when you got a mass like this, right? Try and kill him as quickly as possible. He's looking alright. The Muslim's going to have to build quite a mass of these guys to actually be able to do some damage onto Salami. And Salami's looking towards that age up now. And this is when Sipahi are going to become super, super scary. Once they've got, you know, tier 2 blacksmith upgrades, veterancy upgrades as well. The Muslim looking to pick up the relics. Golems versus Sipahi. Let's see who will come out victorious. You've got to remember, these are only age 2 units here. And golems should technically counter these units because these are unarmored. But look at the Sipahi. They're just ripping through them. That is absolutely crazy. These units, this is what I mean. These, I'm sure they're going to get nerfed before they come out in the patch. I mean, the Muslims managed to take out quite a few of them, but these are age 2 units. And the men-at-arms should technically, or the golems should technically counter this. But the Muslim, he's going to have to come up with a new plan. Maybe looks to add in some spears now. But it looks like it's just going to be full-on golem still. Salami going to be aging up now with the Istanbul Imperial Palace back in the base. Looks to get the extra viziers in. Kind of an interesting choice right there, rather than the Mehmed Imperial Armory. There have been no buffs to this landmark, so kind of an interesting choice. Salami's back in the base once again. The Muslim gonna try quick wall here. He needs to get this up quick though. Salami may be able to siege this down. He may be able to siege it down. Oh my god, the range! The range on the Sipahi. Oh, and the wood doesn't get complete. This isn't a completed wall. Salami could burn that down. It looks like the Muslim realizes it's going to be fixing that up. So buildings when they're under construction take 3 times the amount of damage. So it would not have taken long for Salami to burn that one down. But he would have been stuck in here, I guess. But lots of villagers that he could kill. More golems are still on the way here for the Muslim. He's got his boot camp upgrade. Also grabbing a lot of his blacksmith upgrades. Double blacksmith right there. Salami's up to the next stage though. And this is where we see veterancy upgrades coming through. Salami also making use of the berries over here. Over on the deer, just extracting resources all over the map. And that's what you can do when you got a map control like this with the Sipahi, right? The Muslim is bringing in the relics. 3 relics. 3rd one coming in now. I felt like as soon as Salami gets this veterancy upgrade, I felt like he could just absolutely smash the Muslim here. Because we saw how well non-upgraded Sipahi did against golems. How are upgraded one's going to do, especially with the meta here, with the attack speed. Veterancy upgrade does come in. Maybe you want to get fitted leather work if you're Salami. Just to decrease the damage that the men-at-arms do. But the Muslim, he's up to 12 golems, both sitting at the same amount of villagers at the moment. Which, I mean, never feels good when you're playing the Abbasid, right? You kind of want to be ahead when you're up against the Ottomans. But we see here, the golems, they just get absolutely shredded here. To be fair, it's only 3 of them up against 21 Sipahi, so... But I mean, the Muslims' mass just not growing that fast, and I think that comes down to how expensive these golems are. They're very expensive, 120 food, 30 gold. For just one, it's a lot, and now Salami's going to be looking to burn down the gate here. Salami looking to take out lots of the Muslims' villagers here. The Muslim, what are you doing? You're not going to be able to repair this gate up. He's just going to be running out. Oh my goodness, this is terrible for the Muslim. Textiles is in, but that's going to be a lot of dead vills right there. The Muslim losing out on so many villagers right there. Salami taking the villager lead once again. Vills do get taken out here for Salami though. But the mass for Salami looking so strong right now. We got Iron Undermesh coming in. Going to be able to take reduced damage up against the town centers here. But I mean, the massive Sipahi right here is huge. Villagers having to evacuate for the Muslim. Not that much space in these town centers available to him. But they're going to be dead villagers. They're going to be dead villagers. And then I think Salami, honestly, he can just commit to this TC. It's already on half HP. He can just commit to this town center, look to burn it down and take out those vills. I mean, the golems, you got to remember, they even have boot camp in. And they're still losing this hard up against Sipahi. These units are absolutely busted. I mean, the Muslims doing a good job here, putting the pressure onto Salami as well, but there's just not that many units here. We've also got some Lancers in here for Salami now as well. Going to be a little bit more of a tankier unit, but we see here the mass for Salami, just able to grow it so fast. I mean, Sipahi are a little bit more expensive now, 120 food, 40 wood. But like, in the grand scheme of things, it's wood, right? You don't really care about wood. It's wood and food. I feel like in the late game, this unit is going to be absolutely busted. I really want to see it in the, like, Imperial age. But we see here, the Muslims' golems just get cleaned up by the couple Sipahi that are just here. The Muslim looks like he's struggling. I mean, Salami, look at the stage he's at the moment. He's looking to go to the Imperial age now. And the Ottomans have actually had a little buff in the Imperial age. They now have access to the Great Bombard Emplacement, which you can put in keeps. So I don't think you can put it in towers, in outposts, but you can put it in keeps, which is pretty cool. It's basically just a better cannon emplacement. We see that Salami just going to be trading a little bit, looking towards that Imperial age. Got a decent massive Janissaries here as well. 10 Janissaries. That's been buffed as well. You now get an extra 2 from Janissary Company. So that's, you get 2 per military school. So you'd usually get 8, but now you get 10 because of the TC, and that's how Salami's got 10 right there. So Salami, he's looking very happy. Where's the Seagate Castle? Coming up at the back of the map here. Interesting position for it. I guess he wants the radius for the trade, I guess. Kind of an interesting one right there. The Muslim still looking a little bit rough over here. He's slowly catching up in builds. He does have 4 relics as well, so I mean, he's catching up when it comes to the economy, but the question is he going to be able to deal with Imperial age Ottoman here? I think Salami is going to start trading as well. I mean, I'd be kind of surprised as to why the Seagate Castle would be at the back here if it wasn't for trade. But we'll have to see. The Ottoman music. Oh, I love it. I love it. There we see Imperial Sipahi going to be coming in. Oh man, these units are going to be absolutely crazy. And in a mass like this, when they're all clumped up fighting units, they can still reach behind each other, which is why I think this unit is going to be absolutely crazy. And the Muslim, oh, this doesn't look too pretty, does it? When you've got an army like this, and then you see this coming towards your base, and you're about to have a lead in. Salami can just take this fight as it is. I mean, we see here, look at the range. The range on these units is absolutely crazy. We see, look, some of them are heading behind each other. Janissary is also helping out here. And the Muslim's army just gets completely wiped up. Yeah, have a look at that. Look, they're heading behind each other. And with that, GG gets called. Salami Sipahi take the win here. What a crazy game that was. I mean, Salami just showing that Sipahi only really is a thing. So if you did enjoy this game, please do feel free to leave a like, maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.